Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video, tell me what's on your mind. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's talk about Kenya Moore come with the receipts. Let's talk about Porsha look like she got egg all over her face. And where is Shamea? Is she going to drop any receipts, or all we need was Kenya Moore receipts? What's going on with that situation? And then we're going to have NeNe Leakes, clap back at Cynthia, because Cynthia clapped at her. So NeNe Leakes responded. And then, some of the things that NeNe Leakes said on tonight's episode. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the situation. So it's going down. It don't really look too good for Porsha Williams out here in these streets, because Porsha Williams accused, Kenya Moore of lying and caping, for Shamea in front of everybody at Porsha Williams' charity event and trying to make Porsha Williams look bad. And so Porsha Williams felt a certain type of way. So she spoke to NeNe Leakes and said Shamea came up to her after the, charity event and basically told her that Kenya Moore is actually lying and that did not happen. She texted me after I had my baby, but Kenya Moore was like, oh, so you want to play them games? So Kenya Moore dropped some receipts on Twitter and it don't look good. Some people think that, Shamea was basically trying to backpedal and pacify Porsha Williams, because Porsha Williams kind of felt bad because she looked bad in front of, the director that was helping her with her charity event. So let's get into it. Let's listen to Porsha Williams talk to NeNe Leakes and tell her why she thinks Kenya Moore is lying.
Water broke, like a scene from a movie at a restaurant.
I remember you texted me and you were like, I think my water broke. And I said, you need me to come to the hospital? I don't know where Porsha, I think Porsha was doing something else, working that day. So I'm sitting there like, damn, why don't you need a car? So I'm really kind of feeling a little way, but I kept my face. I said, keep your face straight. So I was like, what the hell going on? So later on, she walked up to me pissed. She said, I did not call that girl when my water broke. Oh my God. Okay, wait now, Porsha. They had some kind of conversation. You do know. Look, Shamea, she showed me a text where Kenya had texted her after the day of her birth. In the text, she's saying to Kenya, girl, my water broke while I was out. And Kenya's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Oh, but I thought she said she called you when it broke. Yeah. So how you acting surprised when she told you after the fact?
This girl is crazy.
So, we have that situation. So what's going on? So basically, Porsha Williams is accusing Kenya Moore of lying and actually, texting, Shamea after she had the baby and all this other stuff. And then Porsha Williams said Shamea showed her the text message that Porsha sent to her, and it was after her pregnancy. Well, Kenya Moore took to Twitter and dropped some receipts. So what do you guys think about this situation? I was like, damn, it don't look too good out here for Porsha Williams. So let's check out these receipts. Let's check out Miss Kenya Moore. So Kenya Moore, basically, she dropped her receipts and she's like, Porsha Williams is out here caping hard. Basically, she really is caping for NeNe Leakes. She's out here caping hard. And the situation is that, Kenya Moore is saying, I was so supportive to Shamea and Porsha Williams as they were going through their pregnancy, just like, because I've been there, I've done that. So I was basically sharing my experience with them, because we're all first time new mothers and everything else like that. So Kenya Moore is like shocked, like, come on, Porsha, why you gonna even act like that? We was all texting each other, group texting, we were supporting each other through our pregnancies, and I was supporting you guys, and we were very intimate and we shared a lot. So I don't know why Porsha would jump and say that Kenya Moore wasn't there, or Kenya Moore lied about the situation if they actually had this intimate relationship. And I have no idea why Shamea, would leave Porsha to have egg on her face, or even come to, Porsha Williams and say basically that Kenya Moore is out here lying in these streets. Like, so I don't know what's going on with that situation. Or is Porsha lying from the jump street and Shamea never came to Porsha and said that Kenya Moore was lying? It's something Shamea should have shared with Porsha. They're best friends, allegedly, but I don't know if they're best friends or not. So basically, the text that, Kenya Moore dropped on Twitter basically is letting us know that Kenya Moore was there, texting her And also Shamea was texting her back and saying that there was discharge and I'm on my way to the doctors. And Kenya Moore basically was saying, do you need any help? Do you need me to come through? Where's your husband? Do you need any help? Or whatever the case may be. Shamea was like, no, I'm about to walk into the doctor's office right now to find out what's going on. And once Shamea found out that her water didn't break, it was just a little discharge, Shamea ended up texting that back to Kenya Moore and telling her everything was okay. So this is not before she had the baby. This is while she was pregnant, and she did go to the hospital. Her water just didn't bust somewhere out there in the streets, and and then she ended up relaying the story afterwards to Kenya Moore. No, it was happening in real time, and Kenya Moore was actually there for Shamea in that situation. So we don't know what Porsha was at, what Porsha was doing. We have no idea because we don't know. So I don't know what's going on with that situation, but it don't look like a good situation. And did Shamea lie to Porsha, or is Porsha just lying in general? And is Shamea and Porsha friends? Because there's some way, somehow she should have corrected the situation. If I was Shamea, like, oh yeah, she was there. It wasn't after the fact that I had the baby. It was before I had the baby. I woke up with discharge in my, panties. So I went to the doctor's office. So I don't know if Shamea failed to tell Porsha that, or she did tell Porsha that and Porsha switched up the story. Whatever the case may be, it looks like Porsha is out here lying, and she actually lied on Kenya, and she possibly could be lying on Shamea. After everything's been said and done, there's been taping and filming. After the last episode, I don't know if Shamea went to Porsha and said, you know what, she did call me, while, I was having discharge and things like that. And, I guess the tricky situation with this is Shamea was telling Kenya Moore in front of the ladies that, her water had broke, but it wasn't her water that broke, but she thought her water had broke. So that could be the miscommunication. But right now, it looks like Porsha's out here lying, and it seems like Kenya Moore dropped them receipts, and the receipts came through, and the receipts came heavy. So you guys tell me what you think about this situation. Is Porsha and Shamea actually really friends? And who is lying and who's telling the truth? All we know is Kenya Moore dropped the receipts that, she was there consoling, via text message to Shamea when she was at the hospital because there was some water, there was something going on, and she woke up with discharge. She had the hiccups and everything else like that. So you guys tell me what you think about that situation. I was like, shit, that is crazy. Like, Lord have mercy, like, what's really going on? I was like, damn, Porsha, you don't need to take no L like that. And then we have NeNe Leakes being shady towards Kenya Moore, talking about Kenya Moore's eggs and where she got it from. I was like, damn, where they do that at? So it seems like, Miss NeNe Leakes is feeling a certain type of way, and she wants to say what she wants to say, when she wants to say, and how she wants to say it. So I was like, okay, so let's just get into this situation and talk about it. I was like,
It was a handshake and an agreement that they get together and have a baby, and she paid for them. But I'm not anywhere talking about that because that's her business. You won, honey. I ain't gonna say shit. You don't see me on a red carpet asking where her eggs were found, saying there was Mark's sperm and some eggs that they bought or found out of the country somewhere. Why the baby looks so much like him?
Please don't shoot that shot.
I'm not. I'm happy for her to be a mother. If she found an egg outside up under a chicken, I think it's great that she had a baby.
So you have NeNe Leakes being shady because, NeNe Leakes and Kenya Moore been going back and forth. It is what it is. But we also have Cynthia Bailey being shady too as well. And let's just talk about this situation. I was like, ooh wee.
Almost 55-year-old woman is talking about drag somebody in the streets.
I get that ass good.
Not a cute look.
I don't know how she could feel like that's anything toward her when I'm clearly just talking to Shamea.
So you got that right there. Cynthia Bailey basically was clapping at, NeNe Leakes, basically saying, what is a 54-year-old woman out here acting like that, talking about she gonna drag somebody. So NeNe Leakes felt a certain type of way, and she took to Twitter basically to voice her opinion about Cynthia. Basically, she added herself, she added Candy, Kenya Moore, and Cynthia Bailey. And, NeNe Leakes says, I recall Cynthia kicking Porsha when she was in her personal space, and she's 50 years old when she did that. Fake cheeks, full of fillers, goodbye. So, that's another shot. I believe that's a shot at, Kenya Moore, and actually Watch What Happens Live. It got a little crazy out there because Andy was talking about the face challenge, and basically he was saying that, he was asking Candy and, Marlo and Candy, and he was asking them, like, when you did the face challenge or whatever, no makeup and none of that other good stuff going on, who you think cheated? And it was like, there's some ladies that had eyelashes on, and I believe that was Eva, and I think Marlo called her out. And so then, Candy said there were some people with filters and stuff like that. So I don't, and, Andy said it was NeNe, and Marlo said it was Kenya Moore. So you guys tell me what you think. So NeNe Leakes she got in her feelings, and she took to, Twitter basically to talk about, Cynthia Bailey having an altercation with, Porsha Williams, but it seems like Porsha Williams was really up in Cynthia Bailey's face. Cynthia Bailey was basically defending herself in that situation, but I guess, NeNe Leakes wanted to let Cynthia Bailey know you can fight at 50, and you was fighting at 52 as well. And NeNe, because NeNe got up, she felt like Kenya Moore was in her personal space when she was trying to talk to Shamea, so she didn't know if she was going to get that wig snatched, so she got up. And then, NeNe Leakes, talks about fighting all the time, and Cynthia Bailey basically said, "You're too old to be doing that." And then NeNe said, "You too old too, because you did it before." So you guys tell me what you think. Peace and out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Who's telling the truth? Is Porsha Williams telling the truth? Did Shamea even tell Porsha Williams that story? If Shamea did tell Porsha Williams that story, are they talking about a whole different story? What's going on? Is Shamea lying to Porsha, or Porsha lying off rip? I don't know why. I don't think Porsha would get on national TV and lie like that when something can easily be looked up. But you see, Porsha Williams didn't show NeNe Leakes no text. So, I don't know why she didn't get a screenshot of them texts from Shamea, if they even exist. And if they do exist, they might not be in her favor. So that's why she don't have the receipts. But we'll see.